Welcome back. So in this part 2, we shall be talking with different speakers, the ones we were with before, Lucy, Mary, Eve, and Frida. And we shall be starting with Lucy, who is a survivor of rape. And it will be a bit intense. And as we get to hear what really happened to her, how she has managed to overcome, because she has, and she's now running an organization where she's handling some of these things. So Lucy, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So maybe to start with, you can tell us the name of your organization and what motivated you to start the organization, and then now we can go now to how it happened, when it happened. So maybe the first question, maybe to guide you, I can tell you when. So just start with the organization and what you do with it.
Okay, my name is Lucy Weisiko. I'm the founder of Me for Her Empowerment. This is a CBO, a community-based organization based in Korea. We deal with women empowerment, women creating awareness and advocating against FGM, rape, and violence against women. Yeah, and also we give out sanitary towels to needy girls. Yes.
So what type of sanitary towels?
Both reusable and non-reusable. Yeah.
That's an amazing thing. And at least now we can see you also giving other girls a chance to speak up, a chance to be free from some of these cultural vices. So maybe if you can take us through the rape case, maybe when did it occur and how it happened.
Okay, I hope I want to be emotional. So I will start from where I was born. So it happened that I was born in a humble family. My dad was a farmer, and we were 4 children. By the time my dad got an accident, and then he died. That's when everything changed in our home, because after the death of my father, 6 months after his death, my mom or all of us had lost my 3 siblings, so I was the only remaining one. And then it was kind of that family didn't want my mom to be there due to maybe they thought she'll inherit land. So they started mistreating her. And during that time, she had to run away, but she didn't go with me. She left me in that home. And she left me there. My grandmom, because my grandmom was not from that community, so she didn't have a say. And being that the family was a polygamous family, being my grandmother was the first wife, and then there was the second wife who had let me say many sons, because my grandmom had only one son, and that one son was my dad, and dad now had died. She didn't have another son. Now the second wife had 5 other sons. So one of the sons took me in to babysit his kid. That's when now the rape started, the defilement started. So
he took you in as the house help.
Yeah, let me say like a house help. Though I was young. I was about 6-7 years there.
So were you going to school?
Not daily. Once in a while when I got an opportunity. That was when I used to go to school. So this he's not the one who raped me. Now the brother used to come to the room that I used to sleep. The first time it happened, I was asleep, and then I just found myself that someone was touching me. And then when I tried to raise up and see who the person was, he whispered to me, told me in our language, do not shout or I will kill you, because he had a knife. So I had to do what he wanted. So I kept quiet, and then he raped me.
Like, and there's no. Did this brother
He
was
defiled
hosting
you.
Yeah, he defiled me.
The brother that was hosting you, did he have a wife?
Yeah, he had, and that's why I was babysitting their kid.
Like the wife was staying with them.
Yeah.
And was she a person that you could approach, maybe tell something, or because now of the threat with the knife, that's why you couldn't?
No, they were not people who I could approach. Now, being that I was kind of like an orphan there, I had lost my sisters. I was still traumatized. Yeah, so I was a lonely girl. And here I have to babysit these kids, and then no one even would believe me if I told them whatever was happening to me. And even this person, the perpetrator, had told me, even if you talk or you tell anyone, no one will believe you. So I put that in my mind. Yeah, he said no one will believe me, so I kept it to myself. Yeah, so he did it several times. I can't remember, but he did it so many times until I had to run away when I got a chance. Yeah.
So at what point, or what made you feel like now this is the end and I need to run away, and how did that chance come by? That
So it reached a point they were not allowing me to go to school. Each time I wanted to go to school, they'll tell me, no, you have to be babysitting, we are going to the shamba, or we have ABCD to do. So I had to stay at home, and I loved going to school. So at one point, my mom, someone met me in a river, and then this person knew me. She went and told my grandmom, maternal grandmom, that the way I saw your granddaughter, she's not okay health-wise. So my grandmom tried to reach out to my mom. The mom had come to Nairobi, so when she came, she told my grandmom, now told mom, I don't think whether your daughter is okay. So mom came for me, and she came. She was not allowed to go with me, but we had to make a plan with my mom. So when she was leaving, she told them, okay, I want to go with her, but I allow her. I just tell her one or two things, and then we went some few steps. And she told me, just tomorrow, after lunch, after you've taken lunch, just take a kakibuyu. They say that you are going to the river to fetch water, and then you will meet me there. I will be waiting for you. And that's how it happened.
So who was preventing you from moving out?
Now my uncle, the step brother to my dad.
The one
Not the one,
hosting you.
no, not the one hosting me. So when I met my mom the following day, because I was not okay. Yeah, so I had some rashes. That's when she took me to the hospital. That's what I was treated, and I think I had typhoid. And that's I was treated the rashes and the typhoid. Then mom came, left me with her mom, now my grandmom. But I didn't tell her what was happening to me. I think fear had been instilled in me. So I thought if I told mom, still mom won't believe me. I see mom had left me for about 3 to 4 years, so there was not that bond.
So like
I was not close to her.
Your grandmother and your mother, they knew you're not okay, but they didn't know what
was happening to me. Yeah.
Did you just speak?
Mom now left me. She came back to Nairobi. She would visit. I think for her, she didn't notice something was wrong with me, or maybe because we had stayed some years apart, she didn't know or realize that no, this is not the daughter that I know before. Yeah, so here I was lonely. I didn't talk to anyone. Yeah, and this is something I stayed with it for long without telling anyone.
At what point now did you find the strength to speak up, and did you at any one point now let your mom or your grandmother know what was going on?
Before that, you were treated for rashes. Didn't the doctor notice there was something wrong with you?
No. The rashes, I think, is explaining Swahili. Zinakwanga either because of you've been sleeping in a dirty place. You understand? Yeah, the rashes.
The one that's skin.
The body. I thought it was.
No, not the herbs. So when I stayed with my grandmom, something else was about to happen. They were forcing me, not from there, not my grandmom, no, relatives and neighbors. They wanted me to go through FGM because I was of age. I was about 10, 11. But I didn't want to go through FGM.
Which year was that?
Was it 2001?
It had already been declared illegal.
Yeah, but it happens. Until now, it still happens in our community. Yeah, even the prevalence right now is 84%.
Oh, that's still high.
Yeah, so that time I was being told I'm supposed to go through FGM, but I didn't want to go through it. No one knew the reason.
Yeah.
Because for me, I was like, if I go through this, maybe they will notice something happened to me. So I was, no, I don't want to go through this. And then mom told me, I remember she came during that time and she told me, I won't force you to go through it. If you don't want, it's okay. Then my grandmom was like, no, I won't still force you. If you don't want to go through it, it's okay. But now the outside forces are there. You cannot even associate with the kids. Now it became like an outcast. Cannot go to the river fetch water. I have to wait. I have to wait for others to finish fetching. Then I fetch. I cannot even play with the other girls.
Because they are considered like big girls.
Yeah, now for them they were women. They had gone through that rite of passage that I had not gone through. So for me, I was still like still a child. For them, they passed through that passage. Now they are considered as women. That now the humiliation stigma. I started dropping in my academics. Plus now, whatever was disturbing me that I had not shared with anyone, I started performing poorly in school. So when mom came and saw my report books, she said, I want to leave you here. I'm going with you. We came with her in Nairobi in 2001. That's December, I think. Yes, because now 2002 I joined class 7 here in Nairobi. Then I started performing well, but something was still not okay with me. I remember there were times I would wake up in the middle of the night. I go outside and start crying. Now that mom had gotten married, she had started another family. But when I came to this family, they took me as their own. Still, I was not a happy child. I would still cry, and whenever I cried, I would feel better, relieved. After class 8, which I did 2003, I mean, I passed. I was taken to Machakos, and a school in Machakos. Still there, I was not okay. There were moments I was not okay. There were moments I was happy, but I didn't even have friends. It went that way, and then after Form 4, I noticed was not okay, but now here I'm not okay. I've never experienced that motherly love as such that I wanted, because now mom had started another family. There was not that bond that we were close. So when someone came telling me that they love me, I fell for it. And that's how immediately after Form 4 I got married. Yeah, because for me I was looking for love that I didn't get while I was young. Getting into this marriage, a lot happened, and still I was traumatized. There were moments I didn't want to talk to this man. Some moments I was feeling bitter. I didn't want to even to see him. Yeah, and it didn't end well. After 4.5 years we separated.
But did he like abuse you in any way?
Yeah, he did it. He was physically abusive. You see, now this someone doesn't understand me. Yeah. He started now cheating on me, and when I realized, I questioned him. I started being abusive.
So now what I'm getting from your story is it started as rape. So, and then the reason is, so then this is you're being forced into FGM. And now the reason as to why you didn't want to go through the cut, not that you knew about your rights, but because you didn't want people to discover that you had been sexually.
Yeah, that was my reason why I didn't want to go through FGM.
And so now you keep this inside, like you don't share it with anyone, even through high school?
Through high school, through my marriage, no one knew what was happening or what had happened to me.
And now there's another point, the fact that you were not so close to your mom, right? So there's this part where she had left for Nairobi and you didn't see her when we were a kid, like for 3-4 years. And so you didn't develop that bond with your mother. And then still after you get close to her, I mean after you are reunited with her, she's married to someone else, you're still not comfortable. However, the family treated you well. So then it comes to you after Form 4, you get the first person who tells you that you're loved. He loves you, you believe him. And then now, because you've been piling up issues from childhood, and this man also, because he doesn't understand you, he starts to become violent. So this is another case this is a transition to another third form of gender-based violence that you're experiencing. And at that time, how old are you after the time you're married?
I was barely 18, because I finished school when I was 17. I think I had turned 18. Yeah, I got married when I had turned 18. I got married in February, and I turned 18 the previous year, towards the end of that year, 24th December, and then I get married the following year, February. So I was 18.
You're 18. Oh, okay. So, so at what point now did you feel you need now to come out? Because this is a lot for one person, I must admit. And that's at the point you're getting married, had you now told your mom about it?
No, I hadn't. After my marriage collapsed, all forces were like I was the bad one, because they believed that this man was the best. So I remember even one of my uncles told me, "You've left this." I'm the one who walked out, actually. Told me, "You've walked out of this marriage. Just know that," he quoted in Swahili, "mwanamke huoza." Yeah, that's what he told me. Yeah, so and I was like, "Man, I'm not staying in this marriage," and I walked out. I came home. I have 2 kids, and I came when my second born was 1 month old, and I had a CS scar. My dad tells me, "You left this house."
Stepdad?
Yeah, my stepdad. I call him dad. You left this house when you had no kid, and then you come here with 2 kids. Take the kids to their father. That's how I left our house. Yeah, so I went
That's how you started living on
on my own, and I remember that time I only had 2,000 shillings. That's how I started life with a 1 month CS wound and 2 kids. Yeah. But of course, my mom would help me here and there. Now you see, all these things happening to me, I started becoming bitter, and I started being addicted to social media, especially Facebook, because that's where I could feel a refuge. Now I will start bashing men. All men are these and these. All men are these and these. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Wouldn't you say that because of this violence that you have experienced in your life and the bottoming it up made you self-sabotage your relationship
With my my husband?
Yeah,
Somehow, because
you couldn't open up to him, so you felt like at some point you started feeling like you're not worthy.
But now here the issue was,
what happened?
The issue here was now he started cheating on me, and when I found out, I asked him. Then he started beating me.
Oh no, you said something that before then, that like there was a miscommunication somewhere, and then he started cheating, and then you found out, then he started beating you.
Yes, because now, before he cheated on me, remember even from the word go, when we started living together, I was sometimes moody. But now we got married, and then after like a month, I became pregnant. So maybe for him, he thought it was because of the pregnancy. And actually, I didn't even I didn't raise the kid. I gave birth to that kid. After 2 days, I lost him. That was another blow for me. Here I've lost my kid due to high blood pressure. Yeah, so all those things compiling in one person, and I was still young. Yeah, so not like right now, the way I am, I understand when there is therapy. That time I didn't know anything. And then after I've lost the kid, there is pressure. You need another kid. Yeah, and within a few months, I was again pregnant. Still, I have the issue with pressure in and out of hospital until I gave birth a premature baby. All those things only on me. Yeah.
So you've gone through a lot. So there's this thing psychologists say that when we are missing something, or when we are not opening up to something, we try to find something else to fill whatever that we are missing, or try to feel like if something else will keep you distracted from whatever that is going on within you.
And that's when now I started being addicted on social media. I will spend more time on social media than even the time I spend offline. So it reached a point I felt I was getting into depression. At that time now, I had to do something. And the only place I could open up was still on social media. The first time I tried to open up was 2018, around April. Remember, I typed along the way, I didn't finish. I posted it, it was halfway, but no one could understand it. Then after a few hours, I deleted it. I stayed from April to September. Now I shared my whole story. That was 2018, September 15th. That's the day I opened up on social media.
I know that must have felt like a big relief, right?
Yes, I remember after I typed it in nikiwa offline, and then just I posted, and then I went offline. After 10 minutes, I said, let me check. And the first comment I got was, because I had talked about everything, anything and everything that had happened to me. And then someone just picked that part of FGM. There was a guy from our community. And then this is what he told me. Do you think that you are okay? You are abnormal in between your legs. Yes, that was their first comment. So
That was 2018.
yes.
Wow.
So now after you share your story and it has really taken you time to share it, so the first comment you get is a negative comment.
Yeah, it is a negative comment. I almost deleted the post, and I said, after a while I will deactivate my account. I still went offline. Then after 2 hours I came and I got ahead almost 100 comments. Yeah, now the majority were encouraging me. So people had started calling me. Now that was my turning point.
Sure. So like we say, social media is a space that you can use to open up and get the burden off, but still you can't predict the reaction of people on social media. So like how did that, okay, like you said you felt like you almost wanted to delete that post. Reading through those comments, it encouraged you and you felt the people were with you. So that's what you say, that was a turning point for you. But now here you posted before telling your mom, right?
Yeah,
Your mom,
I had
so
been
your
tell-
mom now, it's like she read it on social media. if
My
she-
mom is not on social media, but from WhatsApp.
okay.
Yeah, so actually after there, now I had to go check on my mom, and then I told her. The first question she asked me was, why didn't you tell me? And then I told her I was afraid. I didn't know how you will react or whether you will believe me. And then she was like, Mama is that person when ameokoka. Like, now you have to forgive him. There's nothing you can do. That's what she told me.
So Lucy, you say that speaking up on social media is what helped you to overcome. So do you feel like, because you're now a mom too, 2 kids,
Yes.
so do you feel that you bring up your children in a different way? That are you a presence? Or, let me not mention anything to do with that, but what are you doing different from how you were raised? Yeah.
Okay. The difference that is there, I'm there for my kids, and I'm trying to be close and friendly to them. At least I try to know what is happening into their day in, day out life. Yes, that's what I do, and I'm being friendly and close to them.
So that in case anything, they're going through something, they can be able to speak up
Yes.
and open up to you, and you'll be able to guide them.
Yeah.
So
I
did
make
you-
sure that I tell them I'm their friend.
Yeah. Okay, that's amazing. So, and also, did you seek therapy at now where we are right now? Have you sought therapy, or you just went? It's the social media that helped you to overcome.
I've been in therapy for 2 years. Yeah. At first, I didn't think about it. After sharing, I was like, okay, I think I'm okay. But after a while, I felt that now I had opened that wound that needed to be dressed. So that's when I had to look for a therapist. Until now, once in a while, I go for it, because I can't say that I've healed completely. I haven't. There's some moments I feel like no, I'm not okay. Others I feel I've conquered this. I know it's a journey, and healing is a gradual process. I don't have to rush it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. And so now, when did you start your organization?
I started the organization now that 2018 in October. I started it as an initiative, because after opening up, I got so many messages, calls from ladies who had gone through the same thing that I had gone through, and then they didn't have anyone to talk to. They didn't have that courage to share to either social media or to any other person. So for me, they felt like they were okay sharing with me. I thought it was a good thing to start. Yeah, and that's how Me for Her Empowerment was born. And now going back to the community, talking to these girls and to women, I realized that girls had a problem accessing sanitary towels. That when I started the program, the organization, yes, and then that after 2 years, I registered. It's now a CBO. Yeah,
That's amazing. So now at least it's just in Korea?
yeah, it is in Korea. Yeah, it is a CBO. It's in Korea, East and Korea West, 2 constituencies. Yeah.
So that's amazing. We have now, I believe you have helped and you still help so many Korea girls. They'll be able to understand that they do not have to go through FGM. Girls will attend school because they have sanitary towels. I believe you still do menstrual hygiene campaign and education. So you helping many people through your experience. At least it helped you be strong, and now you're giving it back by helping other girls. That's congratulations.
I also have an initiative here in Nairobi. It's called the Women's Safe Space. Yeah. So this one is based in the informal settlements. Informal settlements. Yeah. Now here still I'm creating that safe space for women to still share what they're going through and also come up with the solutions. Maybe I bring on board people to train them on skills so that they can have access to finances. Yes, that's what I'm doing here in Nairobi, and it's an initiative. I'm thinking of upgrading my CBO to be an organization.
All the best at that, and I believe you being able to speak up, support and help people, not just in Korea, even in Nairobi, in the informal settlements, because we know there's so many cases of abuse against girls of so many forms, and now you creating this space where girls and women are able to speak and express themselves, also offering skills on alternative sources of income, empowering a woman financially, also translates to a woman who knows her rights and who will not easily be swayed or violated. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So now coming to Evelyn.
Okay.
As you've heard now Lucy's story, she said she went through therapy. So my first question would be, how does GBV affect someone psychologically?
Well, GBV is actually one of the causes of mental issues. It affects someone psychologically, especially you doubting your self-worth. You know, when someone starts treating you in a way that like you are a lesser human, you start to believe maybe I'm less of a human, maybe I don't deserve this, maybe I deserve whatever I'm going through. So one thing it really does is make us feel so unworthy.
It's also the aspect of maybe gaslighting.
Well, there are so many forms of, as we said, gender-based violence. All those, the gaslighting is actually psychological. It's psychological abuse. It even makes you question your memory, everything about you, because you know gaslighting is when people try to make you remember a story in a way that you don't remember. That's why you find so many people sasa wamekuwa stalkers, you know, because now you need to know what really happened, because mnaweza kwa mnaongea this one story here and when you go to report it somewhere else you're like, wait, was I there? So you doubt everything about you.
They make you doubt your sanity.
Your sanity. It makes you have this thing we call temporary madness.
Lucy at 18, what would you advise her in terms of seeking help?
In terms of seeking help, well, actually for Lucy's story, she started so young. So at some point when she was young, I believe even the moment where she felt she couldn't share with anyone, at some point she really felt alone and helpless.
But the good thing is she grew older, and I'm liking her story because she has taken us through like the whole process of healing. So at when you know when you end up in facing the abuse in whatever kind of form, first of all, for some people it's normal to them. They think it is normal, so they need to know this information, what is abuse. Unfortunately, for some people, they never know. They wanaishi tu hivyo, they just know this is the normal way of living. Thankfully for Lucy, she was able to be seen by that neighbor. That is your hero, the one who reported to your mom, and also your mom is your hero. When the mom left, she was actually she was doing what was best at that time, and even when she went to get married, her life had to move on, and she's your hero too because she got you out of that homestead, and now Lucy coming to an abusive marriage, and that thing, whatever is coming to my mind is the trauma bonds, how they form, because they form when you come from a trauma place and you go and you go to this place thinking this person is your safe haven, thinking now I've left this home where I'm not feeling welcome, and now I'm in this safe haven, and it's very shocking when your safe haven starts being your hell. Lucy, did you leave the first time this happened?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't. I stayed.
You stayed there because
I believe that things will get better.
Yeah, because it's shocking. How is this happening now, hell? And you expect now the next time, at least this person will not do it again. Alikuwa shetani. You said that. And Lucy is our hero as we look here, because she was also able to get herself out of that place with 2,000 shillings. Some people get out with nothing. So, and she shared, and then we see Lucy come into the process of sharing it on Facebook. Not everyone has the courage to write a story on Facebook and share it.
It's actually so much strength. It takes a lot of strength.
And even after sharing all that, she still felt like there's something that needs to heal, and she went to therapy. And unfortunately, also for victims of trauma, we all have some trauma thing we can all say about something. Some are not so extreme, but we all have the triggers. So as we heal, we will heal, yes, but always in our lives as we live, tukue tunakumbuka there is a trigger. So therapy is a continuous process. The healing never stops. Seek it whenever you need to. Seek it whenever you feel, hey, I've stayed for so long without taking care of my mental health. Do whatever makes you happy. Yes, that's all I can say.
So you even answered the question I was about to ask. Is there a timeline for healing?
There's no timeline for someone. But there is intention, because remember, time waits for no man. In as much as you are healing, the sun sets and rises. It will not wait for me to deal with my pain, and then life continues, and we still have some goals to accomplish. So there is intention. Every day you wake up and decide, today I'm going to be a better person. Today we'll seek therapy. Today we'll talk to someone. There is that will. Because there are some people who never heal, and they live miserable lives. And I believe we need to enjoy some good things in this life. So wake up every day with intention, and you will be better. Yes.
That's very well said. So now I think we'll go now. I think now Evelyn has helped us as a therapist now. That's the therapist's voice. So now we want to hear from Wakili Mary. So why is gender-based violence a problem?
Fundamentally, it's a violation of human rights. So these human rights include right to liberty, right to life, as freedom of expression. There is also freedom of security. There is also all these rights that a human being that should have. They are violated by a perpetrator, as we call them. So that's when it becomes an offense, because you are stopping this person from existing as a normal person that as they should be.
So okay. In the case of Lucy, no, for her, if she comes with, she say she at 18, you see she was violated below under 10 years, but at age 18 she comes now to report that during her childhood she was sexually abused. So what do you do as no, what happens in such an incident? Because I don't believe there will be evidence any like the way you present specimen. So in such a case, what do you look at?
So in such a case, it will be hard to prove because you see, this is an offense. It's a crime. So you need to have evidence. And now she's coming at 18. Well, she was defiled at 7 years old. Yes, it happened, but how can you prove this? You see, she's already right now a woman. She has already given birth. She can't prove that, but she has her story, right? So I don't think it will be viable for us to bring this to court as there's no evidence to prove that this and such thing happened at this time. That's why when you are sexually violated, you're supposed to go to the hospital so that the doctor can do whatever they're supposed to do so that they can affirm, yes, this person was defiled if they are below 18 years, because penetration of a child is called defilement. And if it's a sexual abuse about someone who is over 18, that is rape. So for her, it started when she was 7 years old. That was defilement. They are supposed to go to the hospital first and foremost. After going to the hospital and getting the results, the medical results, then they are supposed to go to the police station and report this case. This person was defiled by this and this person. So that's why even you are told don't tamper with the clothing. If you are raped, don't tamper with the clothing. So whatever specimen that was left on your body, don't wash. Just go to the hospital so that the doctor can do the testings and whatever that is needed. And then go to the police to report this, and then take a P3 and report to the police the person who did this, so that the police now can go and check that person in, and then they're brought to court under charge of, if it was a person who was below 18 years old, that will be defilement. If it's a person who was above 18 years old, that will be called rape. But also remember, there's attempted defilement and attempted rape. This is under sexual offenses. But penal code was not detailed, and then it left the discretion of the court and magistrate to give the sentencing. But now with the sexual offenses, it is very detailed. It doesn't give the magistrate the discretion to give a certain age. That's why you hear people say, kitambo, people are saying, mimi sitamripoti, namripoti alafu siku chache tu anaachiliwa. Na siku hizi they follow the Sexual Offences Act. Yeah.
What's the difference between attempted rape in terms of
attempted? Okay. Attempted is where someone tried to penetrate a child, and a child have said under Children's Act, a child is defined as someone who is below the age of 18 years. So penetration has not occurred, but there are bruisings that will be left behind, and will be shown that someone tried to penetrate this child. There's also other markings that are left on a child's body. That was attempted rape, defilement, sorry. And for attempted rape, it's where penetration still in this has not occurred, but the clothes were torn. You can see markings on their body. Yeah, maybe there were bites, there were other things. These perpetrators are very sick in the head, so whatever they leave behind, sometimes it can be chilling. But yeah, so for both attempted defilement and attempted rape, penetration doesn't actually happen, but it was attempted.
It was attempted.
And there is evidence that is left.
So, okay. Oh, that also now answers my question, because I was to ask something like, are there different degrees of SGBV offenses? So I feel like that has been answered now, because in that case, there is attempted rape and now there is the actual rape.
Degrees in terms of value, or
The level of offense.
level.
But I feel like you've answered that, because now we get to understand. I believe they're not treated the same case. An attempted rape and the actual rape. Those cases, they are not treated the same way in court. Even the verdicts given, it's not the same, right?
Yeah, it's not the same. Gender-based violence, it's different from sexual-based violence. Yeah.
So when I'm coming to court, sexual abuse will not be categorized as gender-based violence.
It will. I'm just saying for your understanding on the degrees, where you find that under sexual offenses, and then there's gender-based violence. Under gender-based violence, you'll find there's domestic violence, there's assault, there's other things that happens in violence, and then sexual, the now it's about just the sexual part, the harassment, the sexual assault, exploitation,
Okay. Is there a term like victim compensation?
Yeah. So this is where court will feel that a person has proved that yes, they were raped, yes, they were defiled, and for all that they have gone through, there's mental issues that they have gone through. Apart from the physical pain itself, there are other things that they have gone through. So the court will put in place a certain amount to be paid to that victim.
So now I think we'll come to. So thank you, Mary, for the insights. So now, Frida, it's your turn. So being a policy, other
is a process. So you find when you come up with I can now the problem comes to implementation. You find that, let's say we have maybe FGM is one of the SGBVs. We have a very nice policy on FGM, but you find that I heard my friend Lucy saying that we have even a policy. There are those different policies that implement that act. To implement the act, we need a policy. I heard Lucy saying that it's now FGM is at the rate of 84%, and you come to wonder why is this case, and yet we have, let's say, like a very comprehensive policy. The problem comes at the stage of implementation. When we are implementing this policy, let's say at the village, let's assume that when this happened to Lucy at the age of 7, someone noticed and maybe they went to the local chief or the local police station. You know, those are the implementers of these government policies. You find that the reception that people get from these offices where they should be seeking help, it's very wanting. You even come to wonder, and even wonder, why am I not in a place of power so that I can fire all these people? Because you find that maybe she could have gone, they could have negotiated, 1 or 2 cows could have been paid, and that is it. And no one cares what is happening to this little young girl. So the problem is at that level, this level of these people we call the street level bureaucrats, because you find that these people have a discretion of how to handle, you know, they handle case by case. Yes, there's that like a template, but these people, let's say maybe I'm the area DA, I have the discretion of knowing how do I escalate this issue. Do I escalate it to my superiors? Do I take it to the courts? Do I take it to the children's office? Or do I just keep quiet and tell the families to talk? So I think now these street level bureaucrats, they have been given a lot of power, and that's why our policies are failing. So I won't say there is a gap. Yes, every time, one thing with policies, and even with our evolving world, we have to keep changing them, improving them. Yes, a lot needs to be done, but I just hope if that which is already there has been implemented, we won't be suffering as we are.
I think as per now, you find that in police stations, there's a woman who's placed there for cases of rape issues and defilement. This
Gender
thing,
desk.
for the area. These things weren't found before the Sexual Offences Act. But right now, for that post to be put there, it helps with putting a woman figure there so that people can feel more at home, comfortable to talk out and to present their case and also report. Yeah.
But you find that, now coming back to you, but you can also answer. Yes, there's that, is it a policy and that's what? No, the placement of gender desks within police stations. But I've done personally, I've gone to police station pretending that I'm presenting a case, But
no one,
it's not
I'm telling you the problem is not putting the desk.
That's
the problem is the person who is sitting on that desk. You may come to me as a police officer who is there as a gender officer. You may find that the problem is not that gender desk. You may find that gender desk, but who is sitting on that desk? Maybe that's who we are calling the street level bureaucrats, who will use their discretion and maybe even dismiss a case that needed to be escalated. So I think that needs to change. A lot of awareness needs to be created. And you know that in our society, sorry to say, but politics seems to take a main stage. So we need to have the necessary political will, because I believe with the political will, everything can be done.
Sure.
So if these politicians of ours, if these leaders of ours were more willing to end these issues of SGBV, we won't be talking about it. You saw how the action they took when we had a threat of COVID-19. I just wish the same effort could be used to end SGBV. Yes.
Yeah, so now from your position as a policy analyst, we decide, no, this is a team, everyone here, we're here because we are anti-sexual and gender-based violence. And we also feel that there are laws, there are policies that already exist, but they are not properly implemented. You as a policy analyst, what do you think should be done for those laws to be fully implemented so that they can function, so that we don't hear that there are cases like in Korea where there is an 84% prevalence of gender-based
FGM.
FGM.
I think the main thing we can do is create awareness. You find that like people are suffering because they don't know that it's a crime. So one, we have to create awareness. We have to use resources, because you find that even resources becomes a problem when we are implementing these policies. Another thing we also need to have that political will. And I believe with that, with awareness, with political will, and with resources, we'll be able to end this thing.
Yeah, sure. And now, if more people like everyone here, Lucy, who is also fighting for the rights of the woman, I'm also here fighting because I'm advocating that every woman should be empowered. That's why we're here fighting against gender-based violence. Lucy encouraging people to speak up, even with their helping people recover from trauma and from situations they have gone through. Mary, you're there representing people in cases and helping them win the cases against gender-based violence, right? So, and among other cases that you represent. So, and you as the person to help everything here get implemented. So, I believe if we all it's an all-round effort. Everyone from the space they are, from the political analyst perspective, from the legal perspective, and from counseling therapists, and from Lucy, having the voice to speak up and representing girls. So we can change these. We can change the society. We can change how we view things. We can empower our women. We can empower our men. And so now so that they can be changed and we'll experience less cases of SGBV. So what I'd like to say is thank you all for being here. Lucy for taking the time and the courage to speak up. We encourage you to continue speaking up and helping the courier girl, the people in the informal settlements. Eve, we're wishing you that may you continue helping people recover, because mental health is a very sensitive topic and not many people have gathered the courage to seek help. So it's you, because today in the modern society, many people need it, but they don't know that they need therapy. So it's a great job that you're doing that, and that you will get to do once you start practicing professionally. Mary, may you keep representing.
First of all, I want to say that for the legal aspect, we have the laws. Laws in Kenya are very well put. The constitution actually protects the woman and the minority group a lot. What you need to do is make everyone aware that they have rights, that they can be represented, and that they need to come out more, so that they challenge the lawyers to speak up for them more often.
Before we close, if I'm a victim, do I have to wait to go to the police, or can I come to you direct as a lawyer to represent me?
Yeah, you can actually call a lawyer so that the lawyer can guide you on the steps that you need to take. They'll tell you, first of all, if it's a violence, first of all, you have to go to the hospital, because we need those medical reports so that you can go, and then I can take you to the police station to report on that case.
Okay, that's amazing.
But we need the people to come out more, so that we can challenge the laws that are already implemented. The Constitution of Kenya it's the best. It's the best, but people are not challenging it enough.
The problem is implementation.
Another thing
Not
is,
implementation, but people are not trusting it enough.
and another thing is, not so many people know what is in the constitution.
Exactly.
Not all.
That is where
People
you come
haven't
in.
read about constitution.
You have the organization. You can invite lawyers like us to talk about this section talks about this and this and this. This is what the Constitution says about you. This is what the Constitution protects on this
Especially
issue.
human rights.
Yeah.
So today I feel like we just now started diving into more of these issues. So maybe now next time when we'll be having
the tip of the iceberg.
It's the tip of the iceberg. So maybe the next time we shall have a full session with you as a lawyer, and help us go through the human rights, that's the legal aspects, right?
And
next time, Next time we'll be with Frida. Policies, how do we implement them? Where are we going wrong? We will have a session with you, Eve. We'll have a session with Lucy. Like, how can we, since we're now running these organizations, how can we make things better? How can we unite to have more people speak up, as Mary said, so that more people now are more aware about their rights? And so I believe it's an all-round circle. Thank you, ladies, for coming. Maybe a parting shot from each one of you. I'll attach contact of each and every one of them if you need to consult them on anything. If legal matters, we have Mary, policy analyst here. If you need any help if you're in that field, we have Frida, therapy. If you're in training, but I believe you still can help, and you actually do help people. And Lucy, if you need to share, open up, I'll share their contacts. So thank you so much. Maybe a parting shot from Lucy as we head into this.
Okay, what I will say is if anyone is going through any form of gender-based violence, they don't have to keep quiet. They can come out and talk. They don't have to be silenced, or they don't have to be silent. Let them speak up and they'll get help. Yeah. Through speaking up, that's when they will get the help that is needed. Yeah, so voice it out and you will get help.
Sure.
Yes. Okay, for me, I would say if you feel like you're in a prison, a place where you're not free because of your gender, you feel you're being intimidated by people and you do not know how to speak out, kindly reach out to counseling. So look online, places to get free counseling in Kenya. Try them out. Take care of your well-being. Seek counseling. Maybe they will help you with the legal processes. Yeah.
My parting shot is this: your existence is important. So you have a right to exist and exist peacefully and enjoy all the pleasures that this world has to offer. So if someone oppresses you, know that you have a right, and come to us. There is organizations such as FIDA. They'll help you in SGBV matters and also counsel you if you need counseling, and it's all free, and they'll go to court for you free of charge.
Okay, thank you so much, Lynette, for giving us this chance. And I'm happy to have met these powerful ladies, and I pray that we are going to continue working together to create more awareness. And even for our leaders who may watch this, please kindly let's have more awareness and more platforms for people to speak up.
So thank you guys, and thank you for watching. God bless you. Bye.